Block wall the crews touch when tools bust. Parents running for their shorties at the school bus. This is all you might know, but to me, it's like yo, looking through all the battle cries when you on night road. It's the block wall.
Moses, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Nick Moses 05 and MoFam. You know we in here today. A very interesting video. So we're going to talk about the top 5 essentials that you need for your modified Nintendo Switch. Now, you know, if you don't know what modified Nintendo Switch means, it means a Nintendo Switch running a custom firmware. I'm not going to go more into that. I have other videos that you can look into. If you're new to this channel, you can subscribe and check out those videos. I appreciate it. But anyways, before we get into these top 5 essentials, I want to get the sponsors out the way, because HotTrendSale.com is a very interesting website because there's a lot of trendy items for 30% to 70% off. I mean, great prices, and they have sponsored me and also a contest that they're sponsoring now for a $100 Visa gift card. So definitely check out HotTrendSale.com. Also, OnlyPlay.store if you need a SXOS or an SX Pro. You will see something like that in this video, so definitely keep in mind OnlyPlay.store. Want to also shout out Stencil Nation. They've been supporting me. I'm supporting them. Growing fast. Art channel. If you love art and you love to draw, why not check it out? And also Jay Fire. Now this is MoFam's representative. He has Young Tito, the music channel. Definitely support him. Part of MoFam as well. Okay. So top 5 essentials. So the way I look at this is, how do you judge your top 5 essentials? Well, there's a lot out there that you could really say, hey, I like this better, or, you know, Joy-Con grips, maybe the tempered glass, but we're talking about a modified Nintendo Switch. So I want you to think in the minds of, if you're just going to travel and you're going to the airport and you want to set up and be able to have everything in front of you. If you're going to work and you want to take a lunch break and now you have everything in front of you. If you're going to meet up with friends at a bar and you're like, hey, you want everyone else to join in. This is something that you might want to just click on and save to go back to in case you need these items, you know, future reference. So if you look in the description, I have links to each one of these, well, not specifically these items, but items similar. If they're not the same, they're just as good. I have verified them. So you will see those links. You can click on them, purchase. You know, it totally helped me out. And if you're going to purchase it anyway from Amazon, which is a popular website, I think you should do that. So let's get into it. All right. So the way I'm going to do this list is I'm going to go from top to bottom. Now, usually some people go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm just going to go straight into 1 and on down. Okay. So let's start with number 1. And I think number 1 is the most important. If you got a modified Nintendo Switch, I think it's a necessity that you have, yes, you know, an SX Pro. All right, so if you go ahead and purchase an SX Pro, you will also get this RCM jig. Okay, this goes in the right side of your Nintendo Switch. You pop this in there, and if you watch my previous videos, you'll see that you hold the volume up, press the power button, and bam, you're gonna load directly into your custom firmware. Now, the reason this is number 1, I know some people are saying, hey, why put SX Pro? If it's a modified Nintendo Switch, you should already have that taken care of. You don't need that. But you necessarily don't need this. You can install, you know, custom firmware without these tools. I've seen people use paper clips and, you know, just random wire. I've seen a lot of different things, hard mods. So you don't necessarily need this. But to me, it's an essential if you're going out and, hey, my system just says you need to shut down. Well, you know what? If you shut down now, you don't need a PC. You can literally have this and this, pop it right in, and there you go. You're uploading your custom firmware wherever you're at. So it's an essential. That's number 1. All right. I think that's a pretty big one. I think that's, if you don't have that, you might be stuck. Not being able to get the rest of them going. Okay. So anyways, number 2, I think that's important. Now this one here is a 32 gigabyte PNY Prime Performance micro SD card. I don't know if the SD camera, oh wow, it's a long day, guys. Okay, I don't know if the camera's going to get this SD card, but this is a 32 gigabyte PNY SD card, and I want to say this SD card, it's fine for me because I run a lot of things off my hard drive. So if you're getting an SD card and you want to use maybe emulators, ROMs, and you also want to store other homebrew, maybe games, you might want to go a little bit larger, maybe a 64 gigabyte or 128 gigabyte. But for me, 32 gigabyte works. But I recommend, if you're going to do it, just the way memory is now, it's pretty cheap, so you might as well go to 128 gigabyte micro SD card. But SD card is important because you're going to put the custom firmware files on there, and you're going to need that micro SD card. If you don't have it, then you're not going to be able to run custom firmware. So I think 1 and 2 kind of go hand in hand. Okay, So now to number 3. Now, number 3 was a toughie because I was like, man, it's a lot of things that kind of consider in this equation, but I think it had to go. Number 3 is, yes, an external hard drive. So if you're going to be on the go, okay, if you want to store everything in one nice location to where you could be able to pop it in, load everything up, and be able to play whatever you want, this is essential. This is the reason why I could suffice with a 32 gigabyte micro SD card. But everything you can store on here. So you just literally hook it up to your Nintendo Switch and you'll be able to just wherever you at. And that's what's amazing. I could just give you an example. Was with my kids out at the park, you know, had Nintendo Switch in the car. I said, hey, you know what? Instead of just running, we're doing all that, we're tired, let's sit down for a second, play 1-2 Switch. So we bust out the Joy-Cons, pull out the hard drive, hook it up, and now we're playing 1-2 Switch. We set the Switch up on the bench, and we're having a great time. So that's just a good example. Excuse the phone there. But that's just a good example of having this hard drive there. So I think that's like pretty essential. So that was number 3 on my list. Okay, so number 4. All right, now we talked about the hard drive. How do you connect the hard drive directly to your Switch? I mean, it's not like, you know, that hard drive's going to come with a USB-C cable at the end of it. It's going to have a normal USB, all right? It's not going to be a USB-C. So you have to get a USB-C to micro B, I believe it is. I also put the link in my description, but I believe it's micro B. So it's going to be this one here, all right, if you can see there. This is what you're going to need because this is going to hook directly into your Switch on one end, and then you're going to hook it into your hard drive on the other end. So wherever you set up at, you can just go ahead and set it up. Bam, you're loaded. That is essential. So pretty much I'm giving you already everything to just be loaded on the go to go wherever and have the biggest party you want. You are the party with the Nintendo Switch. If you don't have a Nintendo Switch, highly recommend you go get one. Right now, to me, if not the top system. All right, it's kind of close. I play a lot. I also play on PC, but I just want to say the portability, the emulators, just the games that you can play, it just opens up so much. All right, so I take it that you guys are seeing this and like, what's the last one? Because you got everything, right? Well, guess what? We're not done yet. Let me unhook this because it's going to be one last thing you're going to need, and that's a case. So you're probably looking on the screen here, and there's a case I recommend that I seen on Amazon directly for your Nintendo Switch. The reason you should get this is because you could fit everything in there and you're ready to go. So you're just going to have one little carrying case. You're going to bust it out and bam, they're going to be like, well, you just got a regular Nintendo Switch. Think again, all right? If you want to step it up, you can bring your dock with you. Maybe you're going to your friend's house, they want to hook it up on TV. But if they have a dock, man, you're ready to go. But the reason I'm not showing the case is because I'm still using the Wii U case, all right? The Wii U is now my son, all right? My son's, I should say. He takes that and he plays it all the time, but he doesn't even use the case. So I use the case for the Nintendo Switch. I like to save money, you know. It's no reason to just go out and buy a new case. This case works for me. I mean, it opens up. I even got the stylus there. I got pockets to put things. So it's nice and roomy to fit everything in. I can just take my hard drive, my cable, and everything and just shove it right in as I'm even talking on the video. So those are my items there. If you guys, again, want to purchase any of these items, I have the links in my description to Amazon. I'm a firm Amazon user. I mean, this camera is actually sitting on top of an Amazon box right now. That's how serious I love Amazon. So you guys probably love Amazon. So definitely, if you need any of these items, go ahead and click on the links and purchase them. They're there. Other than that, it's your boy Nick Moses 05. I appreciate you guys spending time with me. If you like videos like this, hit a big thumbs up, a like, and also subscribe and comment if you want to see certain types of videos. Let me know. I really appreciate it, guys. It's your boy Nick Moses